So here it is, finally it's time for my WWE Best of SmackDown DVD review, a DVD chronicling the best 100 moments out of WWE SmackDown's 10-year history, 1999 to 2009. Really good DVD. I will not tell you what the top moments according to WWE on their list was, but people can, of course, feel free to talk about those moments in the comments of my video. I can't do nothing about that, but I will not spoil the top moments in this DVD. It chronicled, as I said, the best moments. It gave you some real good laughs, some very good matches, and some real entertaining action. Great to see Eddie Guerrero in so many matches and moments, because he made such a mark on SmackDown before passing away untimely in 2005. Chris Benoit, another wrestler not alive anymore, who was a lot of time spent his career on SmackDown. He was not featured that much. He was featured, but they did not mention his name, and I can understand why WWE do not want to honor him due to what has happened, and they will probably also get a lot of criticism and a lot of bad publicity if they included him in this DVD too much, as that would be WWE portraying a murderer, unfortunately. But it's hard there, because you could feature him without honoring him. Just break out the facts that a wrestler named Chris Benoit won this and this match, or did this and this. However, in a DVD like this, it would indirectly become and be like honoring him, because his moment is considered as one of the top 100s on the show. So I see WWE not having him mentioned by his name in this DVD, and they trying to get in between some sort of middle way between completely ignoring him and honoring him. So it's a traumatic situation for not only, of course, WWE, but above all the relatives of Chris Benoit and his family, and also for us wrestling fans. But other than that, you got to see the old wrestlers. A Big Show. He's still on Raw right now, but when he was on SmackDown, Brock Lesnar, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, of course, the wrestler whom the show was named after, SmackDown. They also tell us that SmackDown word was invented after, and it was included into the dictionary after the inception of SmackDown. Before that, it was even not even considered a real word, but right now it is. Probably thanks to SmackDown, or maybe solely thanks to SmackDown, the wrestling show. I don't know, like I said, Stone Cold Steve Austin was on this show. Kurt Angle had a lot of moments. John Cena making his debut was on the DVD. Also Kurt Angle imitating Shawn Michaels, a great moment. It was in his feud leading up to WrestleMania 25 in 2001, where he dressed up like Shawn Michaels and sang his song and all that, along with Sensational Sherry, who's also unfortunately not alive anymore. So a lot of history on this DVD. It's 10 years chronicled in here, and you remember a lot of these moments from watching them in the past, but you also see how much has changed since the start of SmackDown. Like I said, all these wrestlers, most of them not active anymore. Triple H, I believe, was on the first SmackDown episode that he wrestled 5 matches. One of the first SmackDown episodes where he wrestled 5 matches in order, they had to win 3 of them in order to be a member of the Six-Pack Challenge for the WWF Championship at the time at Unforgiven 1999. He also had the New Age Outlaws. They were on SmackDown. Might have been on the first SmackDown edition in 1999, where they reunited and won the Tag Team Championship. You see the Rock and Sock connection. So you see there's a lot of wrestling memorabilia, and Matt Stryker, who is one of the hosts of the DVD, he knows a lot. He can tell you a lot of stories, a lot of memories, a lot of facts. He is a real statistician, and he's got a huge memory apparently, and he's he's very well educated, and he is a student of wrestling. The other host of the show, Michael Cole, it feels natural that he is there, because he was the first tandem to call SmackDown shows was Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler, I believe. Jerry Lawler then replaced, as he only went on Raw. He had both shows for a while. But then Taz replaced Jerry Lawler as the commentator. Taz then went to ECW at the resurrection of ECW. JBL filled in, and perhaps this was the greatest tandem on SmackDown, because you have Michael Cole somewhat being a face commentator for some reason and being kind of phony, and then you had JBL telling Michael Cole that he was phony, telling him what all the fans were thinking. So they were kind of good balance between them two, because you have to have a strong counterweight to Michael Cole in order for him to be entertaining or bearable as a commentator. Then we also had the infamous switch, as JBL went back to wrestling, Taz came back, Taz Michael Cole, but then Jim Ross Michael Cole during the 2008 draft, I believe it was, they changed shows, and Michael Cole went over to Raw. Jim Ross then called the action with Taz. Taz quit WWE, and we now have Taz, Todd Grisham and Jim Ross. Todd Grisham and Jim Ross right now commentating SmackDown. So that's the story of that. Theodore Long is perhaps the general manager for most of the time of the show. He was for several years, from 2002 till, I don't know. No, I was wrong here, because Stephanie was the first general manager. I took Theodore Long for granted. Stephanie, and then I believe we had Paul Heyman for a brief period of time, Kurt Angle, then Theodore Long came in 2004. And he stayed all the way till somewhere, could be 2007, 2007, when Vicky Guerrero took over, and now he's back again. So he's also made a mark on the show. Tony Schimmel, first announcer. Now we have Justin Roberts. So it's a lot of things has happened on ECW, and this DVD was definitely worth the watch. You also have special shows like the Tribute to the Troops, and reviews, and above all the 9/11 show that was 2 days after the September 9/11 in 2001, the incident September 11, where, well, you all know what happened. WWE was the first public assembly of its size when airing that show only 2 days after, and that was also a live episode of SmackDown. So it has played a dividend role in the past, and will apparently keep on doing so, as the show is doing live and well. So if there is any DVD you should buy this year, in my mind, it is this DVD. It was one moment I believe they forgot that should have been in there, was when Carlito debuted in 2004. He pretty soon got injured. He blamed Ted Long for being injured, and started a petition on getting Theodore Long fired. When it was clear that Theodore Long was not getting fired, that he was ironclad on SmackDown, Theodore Long started paying back on Carlito. One of the things he did was, when he wanted The Undertaker to sign a contract, he sent Carlito looking The Undertaker up. And then you had Carlito walking around somewhere in a basement or in a boiler room or something, and he was very afraid, and he went like, Undertaker! The dead man, and all of a sudden the lights went out, and you heard Carlito scream like a girl. It was like, Aah! But a lot louder, and all of a sudden the lights come back on, and you have a groundskeeper looking through the door and said, "Oh man, sorry, I didn't know anyone was in here." Carlito got angry and threw his apple after him. They also feature Arnold Schwarzenegger. Perhaps I said it already. Schwarzenegger was a celebrity on the show. He got in a fight with Triple H. They also feature Boogeyman, one of the most strange characters of all times, perhaps in WWE. And, well, Matt Striker is a very good host of the DVD. Michael Cole's role there is pretty academic. But for some reason Michael Cole throughout this DVD looked like he was about to start crying. I don't know why, especially during the first segment of the entire DVD. He really looks like, I thought, wow, Michael Cole is going to cry any moment. Perhaps it was due to the reason that they had one of these 100 greatest moments was when Heidenreich abducted Michael Cole on SmackDown, which called for the most bizarre and weird and uncomfortable moments ever in SmackDown history. So check it out, enjoy it, and simply as I said, if there's going to be one DVD you buy this year, this should be it. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.